deported, I've been deported. So he kept going back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, he walked into the reception of the actual prison and was saying to the officers there as well, where do I go? What do I do? And he was presenting the paperwork he had, and they were saying that you've got to go to a set place. Exactly what for, I'm not sure. It was something to do with the deportation, and I don't know the whole process of it. But there was no address. There was no set address to say, right, this is where you're going, and this is how you get there. So he kept saying, well, where do I go? What do I do? I don't know. And then he'd come. They basically was almost sending him away. It's like, go. You've been released. You go. So he come back out, goes back in, and it was about maybe fourth or fifth time. He goes back in, and one of the officers, she's obviously a search lady or something, started to help him and said, all right, let's get your paperwork out. And they were going through all of his paperwork and saying, there's nothing on there. There's no address. Where's he going? And they were giving us his address and saying, basically, he's got to get onto a train to get to this destination. So there was nobody there to pick him up or anything like that. They didn't even write down an official address of saying, this is where you're going and this is what you've got to do. It was like, this is where you've got to go. So the commotion was back and forth. Then, because of the size of my lorry, I actually went into the prison, walked around the prison. So I was there maybe a good half an hour, 40 minutes, if not longer, working out my job, by which point I come out again to get my lorry and he's still there. So it wasn't a case of he's released and he's disappeared and run off. He was standing around the prison trying to work out where he needed to go for maybe an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer, before I overheard one of the officers saying, right, this is how you get to the station. You go down here, la-di-da.
So somebody at the prison directed him to the station?
Yes, yeah. And they told him he had to get on a train. Whether I say there was a communication and, where he's gone now, we don't know. But somebody directed him to the train station and said he had to get on a train to go to this place. And I overheard that conversation because it was out in the open at the front of the prison.
How did he seem to you when you were talking to him?
He was very confused, very, very confused. He kept scratching his head and saying, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? And I said, I don't know. I said, I'm just here to do a delivery. I don't know. As I say, when he went in maybe fourth or fifth time and we was in the reception area, he then started to almost get upset. You could see he was getting very, very stressed. And, by all means, I'm not sticking up for the guy at all, but I'm just saying he was getting very stressed because in my eyes, what I see is he wanted to do the right thing and go to the right place. He knew he was getting deported, but he didn't know where he was going or how he was going to get there.
And he should have been in custody. Shouldn't have been out at all.
No, exactly that. Exactly that. So he's come out. He keeps asking me for help, and I was like, I can't help you. I'm here to do my job. And I say the officers, in a nice way, the staff within the prison, didn't seem to have any interest of helping them either. It was almost like, you're released, off you go. You're released, off you go.